Alright folks, hello and welcome to another Minecraft video. My name is LeaderGrev, and today we're going to start the episode off with a bit of enchanting. We haven't enchanted anything in a while, and it's something I've been meaning to do for a while now, and I've been grinding for it. So let's hit up this level 40 pick that we found in our enchanting table and see what comes of that, because I'm actually pretty excited to see what happens. So let's click on that. Boom. And what is it? Efficiency 3. Not terrible. I mean, I'm excited about it. And now, let's get on to the rest of the episode. Alright folks, hello and welcome to the rest of the episode. The reason I recorded that separately, and the reason I had that little jump, was because I actually recorded that a while before. I was in, Baltimore this entire, I keep wanting to say weekend, but it was Thursday and Friday for my sister's graduation, and I was playing there, off camera obviously, because I didn't really have the opportunity to record in my hotel room. And I did a bunch of stuff, but I started noticing that a whole bunch of, this is going to be, if this all works out the way I want it to, this is going to be a pretty good episode. Because what was going on was, I was getting thrown, there are so many ghouls and goblins spawning all over this base now, and it's because I disabled the lowest rung of my slime spawner. So, I did that because I've been trying to figure out how to build this slime farm, and I've been doing a lot of digging. And actually, one of the, my cave has been going crazy. It's just been, teeming with activity ever since I disabled the slime farm, at least on the lowest level. This slime farm hasn't been working for some reason, and I'm not entirely sure why. I didn't really do anything to it except for carving this stuff out, so I'm not sure why it hasn't been active. But one thing that has been quite active is this cave on the other side, and I think if we were to go down right now, down to that lower level, and I didn't really help myself out very much. I didn't make that accessible or easily accessible right now. That was a terrible mistake. I need to find, I cut off the ladder. The ladder used to be going down right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to cart these slimes up using a water flow, and then I'm going to have them all sorted out in some area that's big enough for me to sort them out. Now, the reason I did that enchanting earlier is because I came across a little cave, and everything about this cave scares the crap out of me. First of all, I believe that under a thin layer of floor, there's an ocean of lava, and this is just the beginning of that ocean. It goes off in directions over there. It goes off oh, this cave is insane. Don't even and I didn't want to go in and venture and explore. I made a tiny little let me give you guys a play-by-play. So I'm digging here, and I break this cobblestone. I'm like, no big deal. And at first, I don't even notice the cave. Then an arrow comes out for a meet and greet with my face, and that's when I take notice, and I'm like, hey, let me go into this cave. It's probably a tiny little, nook I never noticed. Turn to the left, ocean of lava. Turn to the right, okay, it looks a bit more expansive than just a nook, so I'll go in that direction, because the lava is not something I want to do right now. Oh, by the way, everything's covered in redstone. Not dust, but the ore is everywhere. And so I turn to the right, and I'm going down there, and I see a zombie arm, and I'm like, no big deal, and a zombie arm. And then, I'm like, just what? From behind this column of, gravel, creeper literally makes a beeline for my face. I've never seen a creeper move this fast. It was like it was sprinting towards me. Spiders, 2 more skeletons. It was insane. So, yes, let's go do this. I dropped 1 torch, and then I realized that wasn't going to cut it. Kind of want to deal with this redstone right now. And actually, if you look, you might just barely see. There's more redstone down across that ocean gap. So, this is just only the beginning. Okay. And literally, everything about this cave scares me. Oh man, there's an Enderman now? There's just random light sources. There's everything about this cave just scares me. It's so misshapen and ugh. Get out of here. All this random redstone. I'm kind of upset that not all the mobs are here anymore. Because, oh, there's one. Oh, no, I just made contact with the Ender Balls. With Mr. Ender Balls. But before, I kid you not, there was like... This was worse. So much worse than what you're seeing right now. This is like... This, what you're seeing right now, compared to what was before, forget it. Fucking forget it. It was a big... This is a big joke compared to what we saw before. Or what I saw before. And I'm just... Look at this. This is not even funny. Everything about this cave is wrong. It's misshapen. It's just bleh. And I'm beginning to get the impression that this cave might be a connector from my cave to the cave where my spider spawner's at. Oh, look at that. Look at that. At least, you know, oh, jeez. You know what? We got something out of this cave. That's not bad. 1 diamond. Get out of here, you face. 1 diamond. And then it's just as like a big joke. There's a gazillion iron all over the place. I'm not even mad. I'm just not even mad. This lava. Get the fuck out of my face. I might be a bit vocal today. Oh, dear noggins. Look at that. There's a whole other cave thing going on up there. It's got more light than Jesus. If that made any sense. I don't think it did. I can't... You know what's hurting me right now? Ah! Look at this! Ooh! This is... I do believe this is a connector to my other base spider spawner thing. This all looks terribly familiar in some way. Although I'm honestly... Yep. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I remember this. This is... Where do I remember it from? Oh, here's the way up. Here's my man-made way up. And I don't remember where I came from. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, let's take a gander at where we are right now. Let me level with you guys. Or rather, let's let this cave level with you guys. Where are we? Come on, cave. Show us your face. Alright, this is all getting... Aha! Here you are. Yep, I was right. I was right. I knew it. Whew. I need to go back and explore that cave more thoroughly. I need to explore the rest of all of this cave more thoroughly. Because everything about this cave right now is just pure evil. There's so much blah that I can't even... I don't even know. I wonder, do I have any spiders going on down here? Anything? Nope. Whatever. Let's go back to that cave. I kind of want to explore it. And while I'm exploring, I kind of want to maintain enough brain, enough, like, processing mental power to talk to you guys about something. Something that's kind of been on my mind recently, and something that's kind of been playing tricks with my brain recently. This is the part of the commentary that's all real life, and the part I really wanted to get to. Now, as I've already said, there's... Oh, man, I don't remember where I came from. Well, as I said, I was in Baltimore, and that gave me a lot of brain food. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever had this, but recently... Oh, geez, that scared me. I don't even... What? Ugh. Let's get lost in this cave. Let's get lost. I've been noticing some things about myself that aren't too fantastic, and I feel like now might as well just be the time when I talk about it. I've got an English essay to do about these things, anyways. Might as well get some brain thought in for that. Look at this. It's MCS shit. I'm not going to survive down here long. Let me go back. And essentially, like, I try my best to present myself as sort of like this enlightened guy. I'm a pretty enlightened dude, or at least I think so myself. I mean, I try to hold very, like, current thought policies. I try to act all very distinguished and and smart and cool and within the current stream of thought. That's sort of my thing. I like that. The forefront of thought, where it's like I look back at the racisms of my parents or grandparents, or I say parents figuratively, I mean in terms of like older generations, and I laugh at that and I'm like, ha ha ha, that's ridiculous. I am enlightened and you weren't, ha. And then occasionally I'll also like notice, I mean, this entire trip to Baltimore, I was just, my mind was being blown over how much I don't like Baltimore. Because Baltimore, and probably the bluntest way to put it, and I don't mean to sound racist in any possible manner, but Baltimore is filled with predominantly poor black people. And it's not so much that I was like, oh no, black people, but it was so much, it didn't mesh with my ideas of like, social progress and anti-racism and stuff like that. So when my parents made quips about like, oh no, these are bad neighborhoods because just look at all the poverty and all the stuff going on around here, I would laugh and I'd be like, ha, you old bags. Well, not literally, I wouldn't say that to them, but I would casually like laugh at them and I'd be like, ha, you silly I can't believe you actually think that blacks and whites can both be poor and blah. But at the same time, I was kind of like, I was freaking out. I was like, this is a disgusting city and I don't like it here. I think everything about this place is wrong. I didn't like it at all. It was freaking me out. And while I was very openly being like, trying to retain an enlightened persona, at the same time, I was also like, personally, in my own brain, I was kind of worried, and I didn't like these neighborhoods, and these things did freak me out. And what's weird about that is that it's a thought that I don't really want to think. It's not something it's not a thought I revel in. It's not like, yes, this is how I think, fantastic. It's more of a, I'm almost kind of like scared with how I'm thinking these things through, or how like my natural self is processing certain types of things that happen, that exist. I mean, I personally want myself to be all like at the forefront of thought and think the way that I act and be all like, everyone is equal and everyone is right, but my inner self sometimes conflicts with that. It doesn't let me get past some inherent prejudices and ones that I don't really like have, that I haven't like evoked, or at least I don't think I have. It's just things that reside in my brain at some point. And I don't have any problem with black people. Like I really don't. Some of my friends are black. But it's just, I come across this like crippling poverty and it scares me. And it sort of bothers me and I can't think straight. And it's like, ugh, I don't want to be here around this. I mean, I live in a fairly affluent part of the world. And so when I'm in the presence of adverse social conditions, that freaks me out. It's this culture shock almost. And I can't understand how people can carry themselves the way they do, even though I mentally recognize that it's not a choice, that they're not thinking like, I want to be poor, and this is how I want to be. Like, I recognize that, but it's not processing that way in my brain. And this is, by the way, for those of you who don't know, this is the little staircase up from my spawner that I rarely ever actually use. Now to find a way back. Huh. I'm not really sure where I am at this point. I keep hearing skeletons, though, and that's not very encouraging. Let me go back and make some torches. Torches would not kill in a situation like this. At least I think I'm going the right way. I hope I am. So essentially, I mean, that's just one example, but those disparities between things I want to think and things I actually think, that kind of freaks me out sometimes. I can't, like, it bothers me that I can't be mentally, because of certain like inhibitions and certain things that I think without thinking about it. It bothers me that those things take or have some sort of force in how I process life information. That it bothers me. And I don't know if I'm phrasing any of this properly or if this makes any sense, but I kind of hope it does, because I feel like I recently had the pleasure of reading an essay of a classmate of mine about the same thing, and a lot of these same problems were admitted and noticed. So it's clear, or at least I hope, that this isn't a thing that is limited to me, it's my own affliction, sort of. And I think it's more of a cultural, societal thing, and where I want to think one thing, I can't really do that with ease. We don't really need lapis, we can put that back. What else to leave? I'll put that there. We have plenty of stuff. We don't really need this, but whatever. Might as well have it. Okay, and I mean, essentially, it's just kind of frustrating to look at yourself and be like, well, this is what I want to be, and this is how I think I. What the? All right, let me finish that sentence from the piece of my cave. I actually think it might be a better idea to just go back. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll go back to my own base, and I'll see what goes on there. And I think something I have to do is I have to re-enable the slime spawner at the bottom level, because I think the lack of slime spawning there is raising the spawn levels for all other mobs in my very poorly lit caves. So I need to do that eventually. I'm not going to do that on camera right now. And so it's weird when you've got this disparity between who you want to be and who you like to present yourself as, and some of your personal thoughts that kind of like bother you yourself. It's like you'll think about something and you'll think you are one way, and then like mentally your brain's not going to think that way even though you want it to. Oh, jeez. Another example, at least for me, while on the Johns Hopkins campus, that's where my sister was graduating from, I held a couple frisbeers up. I mean, they were throwing around a frisbee, and it landed in the bushes, and they couldn't really find it. So I dove in, and I like doing that. I dove into the bushes and sort of like scrambled around for a while, and eventually I found it, and I got it to them. And part of me was like, yay, I like climbing and exploring nature, and that's what I do. And I'm glad I helped these people out. And part of me was also like, tell me how awesome I am for getting your frisbee back. And part of me wanted that, like, reinforce, or I guess encouragement. Not even encouragement. Encouragement isn't the right word. But part of me wanted that, like, hey, good job, buddy. Thanks for getting our frisbee for us, sort of deal. Let's get these eggs. I need to do something with these. And I hope they spawn. And so here I am on sort of like this at this point in my life where I'm kind of going to be moving on. I'm kind of going to become quasi-independent in the future, in the near future, and actually off camera also. I built this little chicken farm. Come on. Ah, damn it. And we're gonna have to wait for an actual chicken. Eventually in time it'll happen. I hope. So let's go back down. No, that's not the good way. I'm gonna have to make these more accessible, just in general. And so, I mean, here I am at this kind of like a crossroad in my life, and I've got things that I want to change about myself. Alright, well, we got one slime spawning. See, the low levels of slime spawning compared to before, That's throwing me off. And I think that's part of this whole goblin all over the place business. Where to go? Alright, first I want to get this. I'm gonna get this stuff. Watch. Is there lava underneath here? No? That's surprising. It really is, actually. Where are you, zombie? Zombie man. Oh, jeez, that's what I'm talking about! Do you see this? You goblins! Oh, jeez. Nuts. That is what happened before. There is... Oh, God. Oh, lordy. Okay, this is scary. And what's making this worse is that I have such low visibility. I have sunlight, like, piercing sunlight flaming directly onto my screen. And it's not good at all. I'm gonna have a lot of redstone from this cave, and iron. Kinda wish more diamonds. I don't have that many diamonds, actually. I think this is the last diamond pick I can make. I have enough diamonds for one sword, given the one that I have in my inventory right now. So that's not fantastic. But you know what? Better than nothing. And maybe the next thing I'll enchant will be a sword instead of a pick. I was intending on asking you guys, but I didn't have internet, I had very limited internet access in my hotel, so didn't even bother, just did that quickly off camera. I always hate making obsidian like that, because I'm always like, here's this free light source, lava, and then you're just throwing it away. No more lava. That's not cool. I thought that was like, you're taking what Minecraft is giving you for granted, you're throwing away a tiny bit of risk for kind of more risk in the long run. So that never appealed to me. I was never a destroy lava baby. Not my thing. If you get what I'm saying. Alright. This is not good. Although in this case, I will make an exception. Simply because of the extremity of this situation. Ah, gold. Look at that. I also hear a skelly, which doesn't make me very happy at all. Hey, actually, I should... Oh man, look at this. Get out of here, you dope. Kind of hope there's not more lava around, because that would not make my day in the least bit. And it's hard for me to even like differentiate between lights and darks and lights right now, simply because I'm so like the sun is so bright on my screen right now. It's hard for me to see certain things, and I want to move, but I know that pausing really it screws up the sync on my recordings. That's actually what happened to Challenge Accepted 10. That you're not going to end up seeing. Instead, I'll just release another one as 10. I mean, nothing monumental happened in episode 10. Is that a cave? Yes, that's not a cave. That's just nothing. Although I do hear stuff all over the place, and that doesn't make me particularly happy. Ooh, is this something? Did I make this? Yes, I made that. Alright, so as I was saying, but with this whole graduation thing in mind and like moving on, I feel like now, more so than before, is an opportunity to move on beyond these things that I have going on. I mean... Oh, there you are, you zombie. Little zomblini. I'm not liking this gravel at all. I'm also not liking this at all. I keep getting cut off. Where? There you go. Nothing here. Okay, so I kind of... Do I need all this coal? That's a good question. I feel like there's never too much coal, and eventually you just get enough of it. Or, I mean, not enough of it, but so much of it that you kind of forget about it. It's not even a necessity. I don't even know. Good question. But anyways, back on the topic of what I've been trying to talk about. As I'm sort of moving on to this different stage of my life, now I guess it's a good opportunity for me to take a look at myself and examine myself and say, like, this is kind of wrong. But that raises another question. Is it possible to change, like, unconscious mental stupid brain? Just, yes, continue not working brain, thank you. Is it possible to change, like, mental thoughts that you're not apparently or discernibly in control of? I mean, I don't like to think I'm not at all in control of some of the thoughts, or some of my worst thoughts, in terms of, like, what I just mentioned, for example, and other things, but I don't know. Is it possible to change these things that you don't have any apparent control over? And I feel kind of bad now, having said this, but at the same time, recently, one of the YouTubers I watch, Good Boulder Fist, he released a video about some controversy he started on one of his videos about gay marriage. And I had actually recently kind of done the same thing. I just straight up brought it up as a topic of discussion. It wasn't like an accidental thing that came across. And one of the things I've always sort of mentioned about this YouTube channel, for me at least, is that it's helpful in terms of, like, processing information and being able to talk to other people who may have, like, different opinions or viewpoints on these same thoughts. And so, I mean, how do I possibly benefit from not telling you guys things that are on my mind? On one hand, I mean, there's the benefit of, like, some of the things I say, including, like, what I said right now, which I had real qualms with putting up and saying at all. Some of these things aren't the most fantastic things to say about yourself, to put out on the internet for people to know. But at the same time, I mean, I don't think I get anything from withholding a certain truth about myself from you guys that you could possibly help me out with. I don't think I really get anything from that. How can I possibly benefit from not conversing with you guys? And if some of you guys don't understand what it is I'm trying to say, and that bothers you and it worries you what I'm saying, you can unsubscribe. If some of you don't like the things I talk about, whoops. You can unsubscribe, but I mean, I try to be open-minded simply for the sake of bringing up, or not open-minded, but verbal, rather, for the sake of creating discussions that spawn intelligent thought amongst you guys, so that I can grow and you guys can. And that's a thing that I try to do. Alright, that's useless for me right now. I think I'm pretty much done with this cave. What was it I was going to do next? I think a potions lab might not be bad. At least we got through this cave. One thing I kind of want to get done is I want to work on getting some records. Or actually, let's go down this sea of lava. Sorry, lava. I love you. Now I've completely forgotten what it is I was mentioning right now, and that's fantastic. I hate when that happens. Right, viewers and having intelligent discussions, right? If something, like, let's say I bring up a political ideology of mine. Let's just say, for the sake of this discussion, let's say I am a, well, I mean, actually, I am, I'm a Democrat. Or at least that's how I associate myself with the current political, I guess, goings-on in the United States. That's what I do. That's how I consider myself. And so, if I were to bring up something I support amongst democratic legislation, say, and you guys disagreed with it, some of you guys might just outright leave. But I don't think that would be productive. Like, what do you gain at all from leaving a discussion and just being like, I don't like this, therefore I completely ignore it and don't want anything to do with it? I feel like there's nothing to be had from that. You're just closing yourself off from something that exists. Whereas I feel like, at least, I might be putting myself on too high of a pedestal right now, but what I'm trying to do, to an extent, is have, like, different thoughts be examined, almost, by my viewers, and by myself, too. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And this is a fantastic venue to do so. So, anyways, I don't know. I might, for the sake of keeping the video short, and for the sake of sort of having, like, things to split it up in, and so I don't have a long, possibly out-of-sync video, I think I'm going to cut off the video right now and just continue recording in the next video immediately afterwards, simply so we have a natural split. We've finished exploring what I lovingly called the Demon Cave. I'm probably going to quickly take off the slime spawn break thing on the lower level. Probably going to get rid of that really quickly. After that, you know what we might do? We might finish this slime farm. I do know what to do. I have an idea for making a water tunnel move up and towards a collectible area where I can work on all of this. So we're going to start working on that in the next episode, probably. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope what I said kind of makes sense. I haven't really gone out of my way to make I used to make commentaries where I would talk about things on my mind a lot. I'm sorry my voice is all very blah, 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 blah. I just woke up, I'm tired. I got home from Baltimore at like 1 yesterday, and only woke up about however many minutes ago this recording started. And so yeah, I'm not operating off of too much sleep. So one thing I would ask, I mean, not even one thing I would ask, because yeah, my mind's not in place, but I haven't really made videos that have tackled things that have been on my brain very much recently. I used to do it all the time. I used to just talk about things that were. That's a fantastic way to explain it. I'm a genius. So where's that slime? Where's that slime? Kind of just want to break down there. Anyways, I will see you guys next episode. I mean, I didn't even finish talking about what I was talking about. I'm out of practice in terms of making, like, thoughtful commentary, I guess, on camera. So this is kind of awkward for me. I haven't done it in a while, at least not successfully, in my opinion. I've often had to make multiple takes, and this is not an episode I can make multiple takes of, because a lot of what's going on, a lot of the commentary is pertinent to what's happening actually in the video. And as you guys may have noticed, I did a couple stair edits off camera. I really like how the stairs came out. I don't think I'm going to be making any more edits to that. Look at this. Look at this. The googly goblins. They're everywhere. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope everything I've said kind of makes sense, and I hope there's not much of a fear of Grev at this point. I mean, I didn't paint a very flattering picture of myself in this video, and I mean, I guess that's for the better. I do have unflattering sides of character. Those exist. But anyways, let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what you guys think about the topic at hand. And I will see you guys. I hate having to do stuff because I always hear mob noises around me. I will see you guys next time.
Yeah.